So, you know when you see a headline and you think, have I read that correctly? Is that actually what it says? And you kind of have to go over it 2 or 3 times just to make sure. Well, that absolutely applies to this article here on thefootballchronicle.com. The Manchester United manager, Ruben Amorim, was quoted after the Fulham match that he would apparently rather play his goalkeeping coach over Marcus Rashford, who, by the way, is 63 years of age, bordering on a pensioner. It was actually quite a good result for Man United last night. They managed to beat Fulham 1-0 away from home, which is no mean feat. That is a difficult place to go this season. Fulham having a very good season, in my opinion. Manchester United very much falling short of expectations, but they did manage to get a win this weekend away from home, which, again, don't sniff at it. That is not bad, especially compared to a lot of their results, particularly at home recently. But let's have a look at this, guys, because it's fair to say that Marcus Rashford is a bit unpopular right now at Old Trafford. So, you know, it's a real sad state of affairs for a local lad to be in this position, really. But to be honest, he's kind of only got himself to blame, really. So let's dive in, guys. Let's have a look at this full article here on footballchronicle.com. Manchester United's manager Ruben Amorim has once again slammed out-of-favour forward Marcus Rashford, stating that he would rather play his 63-year-old goalkeeping coach Jorge Vital than the England international, unless Rashford starts to give the maximum every day in training and in life. Rashford has been left out of the team for the 11th consecutive game by Amorim during United's 1-0 Premier League win at Fulham on Sunday. The forward expressed his desire to seek a new challenge away from Old Trafford last month after being dropped for United's 2-1 win against Manchester City on the 15th of December. However, Rashford has been unable to find a new club during the January transfer window. More on that in a bit, because yeah, it's a bit of a tricky situation with Rashford, to say the least, for all parties. Despite strikers Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee scoring just one goal between them since the beginning of December. Wow, that's bad. Amorim remains adamant about not restoring Rashford to the team unless he changes his attitude. It's always the same reason, Amorim said when asked why he continued to overlook Rashford. The reason is the training. The way I see what footballers should do in training, in life, it's every day, every detail. He added, so if things don't change, I will not change. It's the same situation for every player. If you do the maximum, if you do the right things, we can use every player. And if you can see it today on the bench, we miss a little bit of pace to go and change the game, move some pieces. But I prefer it like that. I will put Vital on before I put a player on that doesn't give the maximum every day. So I will not change in that department. Amorim, who arrived from Portuguese champion Sporting Club de Portugal in November, celebrated his 40th birthday on Monday. However, after the Fulham win, he joked that he feels much older after his brief stint at United. It's not 40, I'm 50, he said. After 2 months at Manchester United, it's 50. It's a privilege to spend my 40th birthday here. That feeling of winning and putting 3 points on is really important for us. You cannot see a great improvement in the team, and that is a fact. But to win here helps us improve. The Manchester United boss acknowledged the team's lack of luck in some games and their desire to play in different styles in the future. We've had some lack of luck in some games. Today was not the best match, but we managed to win. The important thing is I have a clearer idea of what I want to do. Sometimes I'm frustrated. We want to play a different style, and we are going to play a different style in the future, Amorim said. Rashford's future at Old Trafford remains uncertain, with potential moves to AC Milan and Barcelona being hindered by various factors. As the transfer window draws to a close, the 27-year-old situation at Manchester United continues to be a talking point, with Amorim criticising his attitude and work ethic, adding fuel to the speculation surrounding his future at the club. Right, yeah, I mean, let's get on to the transfer things here, because I think that's what you guys want to hear as well. I mean, I understand Amorim's reasoning for leaving him out of the side, absolutely. It doesn't matter whether you're a youth academy product who's made his way into the first team. There's been a few of those recently. They've had to come in, or someone who's a seasoned professional at the club, like Marcus Rashford. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're not performing in training, you're not showing that you want the desire to play well, then you're not going to get in the team. Simple as that. So I completely and absolutely understand his reasoning for that. No problem there whatsoever. The problem now, though, is just getting rid of the guy. And this isn't Amorim's fault. Marcus Rashford, depending on what you read, I mean, I'm seeing figures in the minimum, at least, over £300,000 a week, which is a lot of smackaroonies. That's a lot of money. A hell of a lot of money. So when it comes to that, you know, I mean, Rashford apparently is not wanting to take a pay cut. Some people say he'd be open to it now, but especially early on in the window, it did seem as though he wasn't going to take a pay cut. So that means one of two things: the incredibly unlikely scenario where a team actually transfers or pays and goes for a full loan deal where they're paying all of his wages. Obviously, there will be a permanent transfer, but with a loan move, you can set how much the loanee club, the loaned club, the club that it's going to actually pays, like percentage-wise. It's exactly like Football Manager, basically, I imagine. And the thing is, right, I don't think anybody in their right mind, even the richest club, even Barcelona, who are very, very loose with their change, shall we say, when it comes to that, they are not averse to giving players massive contracts. I don't think they'd ever consider that, because right now he's doing nothing. But I mean, on his day, in his current value, you'd say at absolute most, he is worth a third of what he's actually on, £100,000 a week. I mean, that's being generous. A lot of people would say he's not even worth that, and I totally get that. Right now at Man United, he's not worth that. Maybe at another club where he's, playing better and stuff, he would be worth that much. So, I just can't see ever loaning him out for that full amount. So, and he didn't want to take a wage cut. So then you got to have the option of loaning them out and only having part of that wage being paid. But even then, teams are not really that keen on signing him. I mean, for me, it does seem as though he doesn't want to, or is going to end up at an English club. They don't want to sell to a divisional rival. Spurs was the big rumour. I don't really see that happening now, to be honest. AC Milan, I think they could have gone for him, but they've basically used up their last non-EU spot with Kyle Walker. So I can't see him going to Milan. Barcelona don't have the money. The rumours not going away, but they don't have the money. They can't sign him. If they sign him, it'd just be, even by Barcelona standards, unbelievably stupid. So then you're left with the likes of Borussia Dortmund, maybe? Possibly. PSG? Probably not. Honestly, I think he's going to stay. I don't think there's a suitor. I don't think there's a club out there that either, that wants to sign him for that amount of money and can sign him for that amount of money. I just don't see it. But guys, what do you think? Marcus Rashford, is he going to stay at Old Trafford for the rest of the season, and will he play at any point? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, give it a subscribe to thefootballchronicle.com to see much more content on the beautiful game just like this. See you soon, guys. Have a good one.